Hey guys, welcome back to the Sharpness Show. I'm here again at the Calvary's Mission Food Pantry, and I'll show you again the amazing work that they're doing here. You're also going to hear from the founder of the pantry, Mr. Tony Singh, as well as some of the volunteers, especially a former volunteer, about how the pantry has helped her to change her life because she was on the other side of the line. Also, I want you to hear from a volunteer, Babita, who has an Instagram page, Bobby Sweet Creations. Bobby makes delicious cakes and pastries, and she has entered the Great Bakers Cooking Show on television. And the only way for her to go through in the competition is by votes. So she will ask you to give her a vote. You'll see that in the video. So keep watching. This is Mr. Tony from the Calvary's Mission Food Pantry, and he's going to tell us a little bit more about what they're doing. So we still dress warm to the weather, as you can see, right? So this Calvary's Mission Food Pantry don't have time with winter and summer and everything, or
rain or snow or anything.
They're out here every Saturday, regardless of the weather, regardless of how cold it is, and because they're committed to feeding the needy, and we admire that. We commend them for doing this every week. And there's so many volunteers I've met here, and I come back and I see those faces again, which is really, really good. I know people come and go because they're always busy and they have so many things to do. But you have some committed ones, which is good.
Oh, our volunteers are very committed. Most of them are here for many, many years, and they enjoy doing what they do. You know.
Yes. Well, that's really good.
Yeah.
And also, I can go back to where you came from and you started this, because this didn't just happen overnight.
No.
Because coming from a humble background yourself in Georgetown, Guyana, you know what it feels like to not have food on the table.
That's important.
Yes, that's important. And coming here as an immigrant made you realize that you can do something to make a difference. Isn't that how this all got started? Yes. And this is from how many years ago, you were saying?
This is over 23 years now.
23 years, and still going strong. Yes. But I remember we used to get a lot more items. We don't see that much, but at least it's enough to sustain the pantry and keep it going.
Yes, and if you know, today alone we're going to feed about 1,400 families, and you know, as much as you know, I don't want the highlight is on me, but on the people that we are serving. You know, it's for the working, but it's difficult for them to put food on the table, so
pay bills,
pay rent. Rents are so expensive in New York. You know, an average person makes about $800 a week, but the rent alone is about $3,000 a month. So think about how you know, the options they have. You know, they have to weigh out their options, and you know, the pantry is a place where can help them to be a part, you know, to help them with their finance, because they can come here every week and get over $100 in groceries.
Probably more than $100.
They get milk. They get, you know. So there's so much stuff you get. You get meat. You get chicken. You get rice. You get, you know. There's so much stuff. You get fruits and vegetables. So it's very important that, you know, if you put a dollar value to what you're receiving, it's enough to help you throughout the week.
Yes. And you notice that we've been going around helping people in Guyana, but no matter how much we help, it's still not enough. There's so many people who have needs there.
But when I went to Guyana, I saw a lot of the needs. I saw the same, like we have a lot of Venezuelan immigrants in Guyana, and even in New York. You know, yesterday I was walking along the street and I see a mother and a father and 4 kids are begging, and they're immigrants from Venezuela because they don't have a job, and I was able to contribute something to them. You know, I was able to give them something because, you know, it broke my heart to see, you know, a mother and a father and 4 kids stand up begging, and those kids in the cold. So, you know, and that's what we're doing. We're doing a part here. Tomorrow, I think we're going to be going to feed some of the immigrants tomorrow. You know, we know that food insecurity is real. In New York, the cost of living is really expensive. It's difficult for people to go into the grocery. People are working for minimum wage. So we are subsidizing for the working poor this morning. And at Calvary's Mission, you can come here and there's so much stuff you can receive. If you can see, we give them potato, we give them onions, we give chicken, we give milk, we give, there's a lot of different vegetables. And if you notice, we're doing it in the open elements. So in the winter, we're still here, it's freezing cold. All the volunteers, you can see how they're all dressed and they are working really hard. And they're doing this, you know, not that they get anything different or anything special, but they're doing this because they feel the love of giving back and sharing. It's important when we look at our needs and look at others, and we can, you know, we might have the same needs, but we take our time and we can come and dedicate some of our time to what we do here. We have about 50 to 60 regular volunteers. Next week, you know, is our last week for the holiday. We're going to be sharing out on the 23rd, and then we don't open back until the 7th of January. Anyone who wants to come and volunteer, we can come out and volunteer. If you in need and you need help, you can always call me or come.
I guess they can find you on your Facebook page.
Yes, yes. You know, recently in November I went down to Guyana and did similarly in the Essequibo course. We went into Akawini, where in Akawini able to help some of the kids, help the church there. We took in some food and clothing, and you know, when you see what the difference you're making by just handing a child a candy, you know you're doing something wonderful. And this was something I used to do a long time ago, going to Guyana every November, but since the pandemic, this is the first time I went back, and we had a really wonderful time. So next year again, we are planning another trip, and coming to the Akawini again. So, you know, so it's all a part of Calvary's mission. And then we went to Berbice and we fed a school in Berbice, which that program is going on twice a week in Kanji, where the pastor there, you know, we help support that organization to feed the kids in Kanji. And we spent four days in Akawini, and you know, sleeping among the people and being there in that community. It was really, really a blessing, and working with the children. And you know, when you give something to a child, or you're able to impart wisdom into them and impart that stability of stay in school, study, you know, I mean, in the Amerindian villages, they're young teenagers, girls, they have 2 kids already and stuff like that. But when you can able to speak to them and tell them, look, you know, you're young, children is, you know, you should stay pure and wait until the right time and study. And, you know, I know it's hard for them to get out when they finish secondary school to go to high school, but, you know, whatever, I mean, now the facilities are a little better. The government has a health care there. They're building proper schools, and you know, they're building a bakery when I went there, so they can bake the bread for the kids at school. So there's a lot of stuff happening. The area is a little better than years ago when I was in there. They have a little bit more light, you know, and so I think that the community is getting better, but the people need to be more educated when it comes to sexual purity and education, because if they can't go to high school, then they end up running around in the villages and the teenagers, and that's how come they end up getting pregnant and stuff like that.
It's really, really commendable that you've taken the time to reach out to those people and talk to them, not just like giving them handouts.
Yeah.
Telling them how to improve their lives.
Yeah, and you know, you're leaving the luxury of your Thanksgiving in New York to go to Guyana to do that. You know, it's very, and the team that went with us, you know, it speaks volume of them or their commitment to give back. And they're mostly are Guyanese, and we took a family from India there to Pastor Benny and his wife and his 2 kids, and they were on the coast, and they had a wonderful time too, ministering and speaking to the kids. So, you know, it's good when other people can go and see your home country, but you know, we live. You know, there's a lot of people that was 11 or 12 of us went down, and you know, leaving the comfort of your home here in America to go there and sleep, you know, where mosquitoes are biting you. But thank God we didn't get any mosquitoes. They were well prepared. Everybody was prepared. They walk with their mosquito coil and their repellents. So they were,
mosquito nets too.
yeah. So they were well prepared, and but leaving the comfort of Thanksgiving where there's so much to eat, and we just went there, and you know, in there wasn't much to eat. You know, I was drinking coffee and crackers, but you know, it gives me the joy that, you know, knowing where you come from and you can go back there, having all the luxury here and go back there and just make, you know, humble yourself and do that. It speaks volume of people, you know. So that's what we do. So, and you know, with Calvary's mission, we're doing a really great job here, and the people, the volunteers, the organization, the leadership here. I mean, we have great leadership. If you see everything that we do here, is people are working and bringing this inside here, and you know, there are a lot of people that are working behind the scene to get funding, and funding since the migrants are coming in, all the funding are being cut. So a lot of times we have to subsidize for some of these things. So, you know, your contributions and your donations go a far way.
Yeah, so this is one of the volunteers, Mr. Hardal. He's been volunteering here for a very long time.
Yeah, that's correct. Over 6 years.
Over 6 years.
Yeah.
And, he's one of the Guyanese volunteers.
Yeah.
And how you start doing it here? How come?
Okay, I start here from Richmond, Tony. I know Tony, and then he invite me to come across, and then I start. Yeah.
That's very good.
Yeah.
And how you feel about helping?
Yeah, it's very good, very good. This pantry gives out a lot, you know.
One of the hard-working volunteers. What's your name again?
My name is Steve.
Steve. Yes, he's been here for a very long time. He's always busy when you come here. Yeah. Yes, yes. Good job. Hi, Daisy. Hello. Hi. Hi. How are you? Hi. Hi, how are you? Hi. Hi, Babita. Let me introduce you to Babita, guys. Yeah. Babita's a volunteer here at the pantry. She's also a very talented baker. And guess what? She'll be part of a baking competition on TV. Tell us more about it, Babita.
It's going to be the Greatest Baker Challenge. It's by Buddy Velastro, and I can only move up by vote. So I need everyone to vote for me, please. Thank you so much.
How do they vote?
They have to click on a link. My link on Instagram is Bobby Sweet Creations. You can click on the link under my bio. I'm also on Facebook, Bobby Sweet Creation. Please click on the link and vote for me. Thank you so very much.
Okay, great. So, of course, let's support Babita. We're so proud that we have a Guyanese representing us there on a cooking show on television. Wow.
Thank you.
Congratulations, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
There's Sazi helping out. She's doing her part today at the Calvary's Mission Food Pantry.
Cool. I can feel it in my hands. Thank you guys for coming out. We can't do this, what we're doing, by ourselves. We need each and every one of you. And it's important that we recognize each person here, that Calvary's mission does not run by the leadership only. It runs by every volunteer. Despite people, the leadership work hard to get the stuff in here, bring the stuff in here. And you know, times are hard. It's hard to get stuff coming in. It's very difficult to maneuver to get food into the pantry right now, because you're seeing all the budgets are cut and everything. But it's because of God's goodness and His grace and His mercy that is able to help us to get Calvary's mission have enough food to feed the 1,500 families. And we want to say thanks to everyone who donate, who contribute to this organization.
Okay, everybody. I'm here right now with one of the volunteers at the pantry. And what's your name?
Wilfred Madu.
Mr. Wilfred Madu. How old are you?
88.
He's 88 years old. Just imagine that. And he's volunteering here, helping out other people. Doing really well. I must commend you for that.
Thank you.
And that's Mr. Wilfred.
Yeah.
Is the supporter of the Shabna show. He says he enjoyed the show. Tell them about it. You always watch it?
Yeah, I always see it. And you did a wonderful job. You actually helped us with the tuition and stuff to get recognition so they can get their host lots and stuff like that.
Oh, yes. We people from the Parika Sidam, a few of them got their lots after they told us about their situations.
Yeah, you're doing a wonderful job and bringing what is going on in Ghana.
Yeah.
You know.
Thank you. I'm glad for your feedback. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. Keep watching and supporting, and you can share it as well so other people can enjoy.
Okay, Mom. Thank you.
You so much.
Okay.
And 88, you're doing well.
Thanks.
Okay, so guys, I'm here with Miss Amanda Hardal. She's Guyanese, and she's a volunteer here at the Calvary's Mission Food Pantry, and she has a very interesting story to share. Go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. You know, it's a pleasure to be here in this food pantry, Calvary Mission Food Pantry, and working. First, I start by losing my job. And after I lost my job, I didn't have enough money to feed my family.
Right.
And I heard about the pantry and I decided to come. But when I come, pride had me so much. You know, God would bless us, but pride would rob us. And I didn't want to come and ask, and I cover up. But anyway, I come, and then the Lord said, the people in the line said, we need volunteer. And I said, okay, I'll come. But the next week, I didn't want to come and volunteer. I just want to come for the food. And, you know, I was thinking, I don't know where I'm going to get a next job. Am I going to have enough money to feed my family? And I was contemplating suicide. And then I was studying, should I go in the store and steal? Wow. And then I said, okay, I'm beautiful, maybe I sell myself to men to have money. These are the things that happen when you don't have money. The devil will bring things in your mind to do. And the Lord provided this place, and I came and I started to work. I come and pack in the bag. And when I get so much, I think it was overwhelming. I didn't have to think about those things anymore. And I packed bag, and then they moved me up to be on the board, and I was driving this beautiful forklift offloading 40-feet truck, you know, Monday to Friday. I also drive school bus for 28 years. But I want to thank God for Calvary Mission Food Pantry. Every week I come and work here. That time we used to come here for 5 o'clock. And whether it's cold or snow or rain, we are here. And I would come faithfully and work. But when I go home, the best feelings I have is like I win $1 million. And I would cry. You would hear people's story. They would tell you, I'm sick and I can't work. Or they would tell you, my husband drink and I don't have enough money for the children. And I know what they're going through and what they're contemplating. And the Lord used me in this food pantry to pray with them, not only give them food. and I would encourage people, and I would bring them. I even went out and buy a van when I start back to work to bring people to volunteer, you know. And we would come in a van load, and we would come and work and volunteer. We would leave here and make certain this place is clear. But I want to thank God for places like this, that it could give you strength to go on again. I retire from here now. I give 20 years service at this place. And this, you know, Brother Tony, Farida, Shave, even the pastor that lent the place to work, you know, Brother Bale, and there's a lot of good people here. I want to thank God for them. Come down and be a volunteer and feel the good feelings you have, that feel of joy. You cannot purchase joy. You cannot purchase peace.
Sure,
you know,
definitely.
you can't purchase these things. It is a good feelings when you do good. And for the word of God said, you know, I'm a Christian, and the word of God said, the least you could do for me is feed the widow, the poor, the fatherless, and that is what you're doing unto me. So come down and do it, knowing that you're doing it for your Father. You know, the Lord bring me in here. I was rude and cursing and had no compassion for people. But God does do things that you don't understand. He bring me for 20 years in this place and break me and give me humility, that now that you know, I moved from here, he moved me into a church where we are doing prayers, and we are helping people to understand that there's real, Satan is real and God is real. If you're not with God, you're with Satan, and he will confuse you. He will tell you, kill yourself, poison your family, you're good for nothing. But God will give you that stability, that strength, that courage to thank God for crushing me in this place. When I leave this place, I was so humble. I had compassion. I have love for people. You know, there wasn't any barrier of anything, you know. I love unconditionally, and I thank God. I could do it again in a heartbeat, you know.
Yes. That's what, you know, when I heard you said earlier that you were on the other side of the line receiving things because you went through so many struggles, right?
Yeah.
And to know that you came out of all of this because you believe in yourself, you believe in God, and
Yes.
yeah, he gave you the guidance to become a better person, which
Yes.
is very good. So yeah, I'm happy for you, and keep up the good work. And I'm
Yes.
glad that you're motivating and encouraging other people that,
Yes.
you know, they shouldn't be despondent if they go through some crisis or something, some challenge in life, because
Yes.
there's hope, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good morning. This is Sister Amanda, one of the oldest volunteers. I guess you guys heard her story. She has an amazing story to tell about Calvary's mission, how it was a savior to them, to her in her time of desperation when she was more in need, and Calvary's mission was a rescue for her. And she became one of the hardest working volunteers with herself and Brother Rambatar. He's no longer here at the food pantry because of illness, but we always recognize the great work Sister Amanda has done at Calvary's mission. She is helping so many, not only in spiritual aspect of life, but she comes here every Saturday and pick up a 5 elderly person to help them along. Blessings to each and every one of you, and thanks for Shabna Show. The Shabna Show is a great show. Guys, watch Shabna on YouTube. She is doing an amazing job in Guyana, highlighting poverty, highlighting the poor in Guyana, and she's doing an amazing job. So continue to watch the Shabna Show, support the Shabna Show.
Thank you.
And blessings to Shabna for the great work she is doing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right. So guys, this is Mr. Michael. He is Guyanese, and he's here at the pantry receiving ID because he hadn't unfortunate situation where you became disabled. And you want to tell
I
us?
was invited to come here to get some stuff because I'm not able to work like before. So I must say thanks to the church, thanks to Brother Tony and the workers and the people who help here. They are very good. The pantry is very nice. They are sharing things equally to give people, right? And I can advise anybody to come here. You must always got good things to talk about the church and the people who work, especially Brother Tony and his staff. We got working. I watch your show. I watch your show. I watch your show. And your show is very good. You showcasing a lot of stuff in Guyana, and I'm proud about it.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you
Right?
for supporting.
Yeah, I know. I always watch the show. I love Guyana. I love Guyana so bad that you know I could go back and live in Guyana probably.
Okay.
Right? But by this, I got disabled. I can't work. I have a disability. I have problem with this broken in my spine.
Okay.
I got an accident,
Okay. Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And then again, now I have aneurysm.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. I do hope you enjoyed the video and you see the good work they're doing here at Calvary's Mission Food Pantry. It's always a pleasure for me to come back here and volunteer or highlight what they're doing. And, you didn't only see the good work that Tony is doing here in New York, but in Guyana as well. And we commend them for doing that. Do continue watching and supporting the Shabna Show, and I'll see you in my next video.